In December 2025, as the global music industry closes one of its most eventful years, one name once again dominates headlines, rankings, and public conversation: BTS. More specifically, Jungkook, the group's youngest member, has emerged as a central force behind BTS's renewed dominance in the December 2025 brand reputation rankings, reaffirming his influence not only as an artist, but as a cultural phenomenon. For fans, this result feels almost inevitable. For industry observers, it tells a deeper story, one about post-military momentum, evolving public perception, and the rare ability of a global idol to remain relevant across music, fashion, television, and digital culture simultaneously. This is not merely another monthly ranking. It is a reflection of how Jungkook's presence continues to shape BTS's collective power, even as the group transitions into a new era. In South Korea, brand reputation rankings are closely watched indicators of public sentiment. Compiled using big data analysis, these rankings measure a combination of media exposure, consumer participation, online engagement, social influence, and public discussion trends. For December 2025, BTS once again claimed the top position among boy groups, a result that underscores their enduring relevance despite years of global activity, military hiatuses, and evolving industry trends. What stands out this month, however, is the disproportionate influence of individual members, with Jungkook consistently cited by analysts as one of the strongest drivers behind the group's visibility. December is traditionally a high-stakes month for brand reputation rankings. Year-end awards ceremonies, holiday programming, fashion campaigns, and major media releases all converge, intensifying public attention. In 2025, this effect was amplified by several key developments: BTS's full reunion following military service, renewed television appearances, global fashion endorsements, and heightened international media coverage. Amid this crowded landscape, Jungkook's name repeatedly surfaced, not as a background presence, but as a leading figure. Since completing his mandatory military service, Jungkook's re-entry into public life has been deliberate and carefully paced. Rather than overwhelming fans with constant exposure, he has appeared strategically in television content, high-profile magazine features, brand campaigns, and group-centered variety programming. This balance has helped shape a public image that feels mature, grounded, and globally appealing, a key factor in brand reputation metrics. Industry analysts note that Jungkook's image resonates across demographics, bridging younger digital native fans with older mainstream audiences. One of the biggest contributors to Jungkook's December 2025 visibility is his return to television through Are You Sure? Season 2, alongside Jimin. The show quickly became one of the most talked about entertainment programs of the month, trending across platforms shortly after its premiere. Unlike performance-driven appearances, this format showcased Jungkook in a relaxed, unscripted environment, reinforcing a sense of authenticity that significantly boosts brand reputation scores. Viewers responded not only to the content itself, but to Jungkook's demeanor: calm, humorous, reflective, and emotionally present. Beyond television, Jungkook's impact extended deeply into the fashion and luxury sectors. His appointment as global brand ambassador for Chanel Beauty became one of December's most widely covered fashion headlines, earning attention far beyond the K-pop sphere. Luxury analysts noted a measurable increase in online searches, social mentions, and brand engagement following the announcement. For BTS as a group, Jungkook's presence in the space reinforces their collective image as artists who transcend music and operate as cultural tastemakers. What distinguishes Jungkook's influence in December 2025 is its global symmetry. He appeared simultaneously in coverage across South Korea, Japan, the United Kingdom, the United States, Southeast Asia, and major international outlets.
Major international outlets highlighted his career trajectory, often framing him as a symbol of BTS's next chapter rather than a solo figure detached from the group. This dual narrative, individual star power reinforcing group identity, is rare and exceptionally valuable in brand reputation analysis.
Brand reputation rankings heavily weigh digital participation, and December 2025 saw intense online activity centered on Jungkook. Trending hashtags, fan-led campaigns, clips from variety shows, fashion editorial shares, discussion threads. Even when conversations extended into debates about privacy or speculation, analysts observed that overall engagement remained overwhelmingly positive, another factor contributing to high reputation scores. Importantly, Jungkook's name consistently drew engagement without controversy-driven amplification, maintaining a reputation of stability and trust. While individual rankings often dominate headlines, December 2025 demonstrated a different dynamic. Jungkook's visibility elevated BTS's collective brand rather than overshadowing it. Experts suggest this synergy is one of the reasons BTS continues to outperform newer groups in brand reputation rankings despite longer careers. Jungkook's activities created entry points for casual audiences, which then translated into renewed interest in the group as a whole. Another critical component of brand reputation is emotional tone. Analysis of online discussions in December showed that Jungkook was frequently associated with words such as growth, stability, trust, global, inspiration. These emotional associations contribute to long-term brand strength, especially important as BTS transitions from early career idols to legacy artists. Music and entertainment analysts have noted that Jungkook's December 2025 presence reflects a broader industry shift. Rather than relying solely on chart performance, modern brand value is built on consistency, cross-industry relevance, narrative continuity, and public trust. Jungkook's trajectory aligns closely with this model, positioning him as both a stabilizing force and a growth engine for BTS. BTS topping the December 2025 brand reputation rankings is more than a symbolic victory. It suggests that the group's post-military transition is succeeding, public interest remains strong and diversified, individual members can lead without fragmenting the brand. Jungkook's role in this moment highlights how BTS's future may unfold, not through a single dominating figure, but through members whose individual influence strengthens the collective identity. In today's K-pop landscape, individual influence has become both an opportunity and a risk. For many groups, the rise of one member often leads to imbalance, internal comparison, or fragmented public attention. BTS, however, has managed to navigate this reality differently. Jungkook's heightened presence in December 2025 did not weaken BTS's collective image. Instead, it reinforced it. Analysts point out that Jungkook's activities were consistently framed within the context of BTS, whether through interviews, variety shows, or brand campaigns that referenced his role as a member of the group rather than positioning him in isolation. This subtle but crucial narrative alignment helped protect BTS's brand cohesion while allowing Jungkook's star power to shine. One of the most overlooked aspects of brand reputation rankings is trust. Trust is built slowly, measured quietly, and lost quickly. In Jungkook's case, December 2025 reflected a rare phenomenon: sustained trust at scale. Despite intense global visibility, Jungkook remained largely free from scandals, public missteps, or polarizing controversies. Even discussions around his personal life were met with strong fan-led defenses, emphasizing privacy and respect. This protective response from fans itself became part of the brand reputation equation, signaling a stable and loyal public base. Observers who followed Jungkook from BTS's early years often note a visible shift in his public image.
Once widely described as the golden maknae, Jungkook's December 2025 persona leaned toward maturity, restraint, and quiet confidence. In interviews and on-screen appearances, he spoke less, but with greater weight. His expressions were calm, reflective, and intentional. This evolution resonated strongly with audiences navigating similar life transitions, from youth into adulthood, making his image increasingly relatable beyond fandom boundaries. Interestingly, one of Jungkook's most powerful tools in December 2025 was silence. He did not flood social media, he did not issue constant updates, he did not respond directly to speculation. Instead, his selective appearances created anticipation rather than fatigue. In brand reputation analysis, scarcity often amplifies impact, and Jungkook's measured approach allowed each appearance to feel meaningful rather than routine. By December 2025, BTS had already surpassed many conventional definitions of a pop group. They functioned as a musical act, a cultural institution, a global brand, and a generational symbol. In this context, Jungkook's influence worked less as competition within the group and more as reinforcement of a legacy brand adapting to a new era. Brand analysts increasingly refer to BTS not as trend followers, but trend stabilizers, figures whose presence anchors public attention amid rapidly shifting industry cycles.